I'm realizing now, your guys' stuff is more like innocent pranks, kind of weird shit.
Kind of.
We did more like misdemeanor crime.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Posted that fucking free Tibet Tiananmen Square fucking.
Yeah, what was
lump.
that shit?
It was so there was a story a while back. It was a green text of someone going like, yeah, I used to play this. I used to play a game with the Japanese dude. And the Japanese dude used to tell me, hey, post this whenever you see a Chinese dude fucking up the server. And it was like it had like a bunch of like anti-CCP.
Oh yeah.
Like,
it's like Tiananmen Square, 1989.
Free Tibet, 1984 or something.
And like China will automatically cut off.
It'll like
internet.
just ban the fucking Chinese dude.
It gives you buzzwords, like, and those are like,
it like flags your words and shit.
those are like
just cuts your shit.
blacklisted phrase or something.
Wow.
And that's an instant server cleanser right there.
So why'd you post in our chat?
I just thought it'd be funny.
And then I always post something back in Chinese.
Fair enough.
I think it's funny just to see it just pop up in your feed. Just
Anyways,
No, that shit's weird because, like, again, I mentioned on our thread, but I actively ignore our group text because I'll be sitting there for like 2 hours and nothing's happening, and then
Out
like
of nowhere,
5 minutes,
like-
it's like ping, 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 ping. I'm like, no, fuck this. So I'll forget because I don't talk to anybody. Or if I do talk to somebody, as soon as we're done with the conversation, I don't talk to them for like 3 weeks. So I'll go back into our text thread, and it's just this cavalcade of fucking nonsense.
It's like
last week you wrote Hebrew in the
Yeah.
oh, that was fucking funny. Throughout the whole week, I was texting like different emojis of like the Jewish star and like noses and like a synagogue and shit to Caleb.
Why?
Because I thought it'd be funny. It's like like you walk in on like a burnt out building. You got to like find the clues as to what happened. You see all these texts like, what is going on? What was the catalyst for all this?
Let me explore these threads. Hold on. I want to see where we actually go.
While he's doing that, it's been a while, and we dusted off some shit, but we're back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we talked about like writing in essays and like certain phrases we use, and then you just start talking about Chinese stuff, Tiananmen Square, the Great Leap Forward, human rights,
the Four Pests campaign. Don't forget about that.
And then it immediately goes to Nigagara.
Wait.
Yes.
He saw a semi-mud flap, and I was like, yeah, what does the kanji say on his head? And I was really expecting something racist, but what did he say? Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
and then Derek naively was like, yeah, it actually means love. And I was like, oh.
You poor soul.
You.
Derek is very innocent.
I wanted to explain to him, no, I mean, I'm talking about, but
Yeah.
I just left it. I just left it.
When it comes to the group's innocence, Derek is like on the bottom. You're there. You have a layer of innocence with like a dark tornado underneath.
It's mostly just ignorance. It's not even innocence.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just I don't know about this, and I don't really care to know about this until someone tells me.
Did you see that video that we posted of the Skyrim thing with the fucking mass destruction playing in the background?
Yeah.
It was like.
Maybe.
It was like the dude's character. He dressed up in the GeckoCon like female uniform, and he was like dancing around Skyrim with mass destruction playing in the background.
It's great.
It was great. There's like dead dragons in the background and like fucking. Who's the guy in Whiterun who's screaming the?
Heimskr.
Heimskir's like dancing, but also still screaming his like rhetoric.
Oh wow. No, I didn't look at that.
It's fucking great. I love it.
Oh man.
Fuck.
I've been looking at on YouTube about people making their own D&D tables.
Oh yeah.
And we don't have the room in this setup, but if we find some bigger place,
I've got a whole I've got a goal for a house. I want 3 rooms, 1 room for Ryan and I to sleep in, our bedroom.
Right.
Then a computer room so we can do computer shit.
So we can fucking game.
Stream maybe, Mm-hmm. And then a room for him to drum in, have a bunch of acoustic foam and shit.
Right.
Because my drums are at your parents' house, still in the attic.
And then I want, like a living room, and I want to have played like D&D in there. I want a wormwood table, but those are expensive as hell.
That's why you build your own, because your dad has circular saws and shit.
Yeah, but it's...
And my dad knows a little bit, so our dads together
we would need like
the ultimate dad.
We would need a big enough table for all of us. And the last time my dad built me something out of wood is this big fucking blue
cabinet
bookshelf. It's way too big.
You talking about the one in your guys' room with all your shit in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more deep than big.
Yeah, it's way too deep. That's what I meant.
Well, what I'm saying is we can like sketch out.
It survived since I was like 7 years old though, so it's good.
We can measure shit out to be like fits 6 people and one like
that white one right there.
And then the DM on the other side.
That's fucking golden. That's perfect.
That's like some 90s IKEA shit.
It is.
Yeah, and it's perfect.
There's so many nails in the side, or all holes for nails to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adjustable shelves.
Yeah.
I've never been to
really
IKEA.
adjustable.
I've never been to IKEA.
Neither have I.
They've got meatballs.
When we first moved in here, I was planning on going to. I wanted to make a trip out of it, going to Oregon, and right on like the Oregon border there's like an IKEA.
Right.
And I was like, we need some furniture. Why don't we go one weekend?
There's other IKEAs closer.
There's one in Renton, yeah, but I was like, why not just make a weekend out of it, Yeah. And I was like, Caleb, hey, you want to go? And he was, yeah, cool. But
make a weekend out of getting particle board furniture.
Yeah, particle board furniture. That store's not interesting. We just ended up not doing it. Yeah. Okay. Because I wanted this cool light, and Ryan was like, "We don't need any other lights." And then we sat in darkness for a good year until we finally bought that. Because you didn't let me buy that IKEA light that I totally could have afforded.
You wanted the fucking light that attaches to the ceiling somehow.
Yeah, we could have found
and puts holes in the ceiling for our security deposit to go away.
Oh, we have all these holes in the ceiling in the fucking walls because of the push pins. And the dude next door was hammering in nails to put up like pictures.
Well, I don't know how it was going to stick to the wall.
Well, you could have figured it out.
Ceiling.
We would have figured it out.
It was like a disco ball.
I don't just say I'll figure it out for no reason because we always do.
Because I have to step in.
No, I always figure it out. Okay.
Tell me how you guys really feel.
That is how that is.
I'll be your therapist as I eat these life.
By the way, should I talk about the dream I had? I've been having really odd dreams lately.
Have you been taking melatonin?
No.
Okay, continue.
No, he hasn't been taking melanin. That shit sells in the black market for $700 a pop. They killing us out here. Out here.
It's gonna be a very low energy podcast. It's been a minute.
That's the whole channel.
It's been a long. No, not really. There are a couple episodes where Caleb and I are screaming at each other. That's not low
for like a minute.
That's because your and Caleb's energies play off each other like a fucking tornado.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else has chemistry like you do.
It's because I've known Caleb.
If I'm actively just like trying to fight chance on a topic, then yes. But like other than that, no.
Most of the time, you're just silent until you just start busting out laughing for something we said.
Yeah.
Dude, that kitty shit just made me die.
The cat sitting.
Oh man, just like the mental imagery of this Caleb's cat just sitting like this.
His cats are fucking weird. The one that no one ever sees, he hides all the time because he's afraid of humans.
Yeah, baby man.
Baby man. Caleb's orange cat just like sleeps all the time, and then the fat cat Hoover is like retarded. There was one night where I was staying the night, and the cat was like staring. It was like up on this cat
tower,
and it was just staring at the wall for like 2 hours. And I sat there I guess I'm the idiot too because I was staring at a cat for 2 hours while the cat was staring at a wall.
Your cat watching.
It was just really bizarre because I couldn't see. There wasn't anything on the wall. It might have been because there were like cars passing by on like an overpass, and like the lights were there was like a little bit of light coming in, so it might have been looking at some of that shit.
But it's Caleb's old apartment.
Yeah,
okay.
But like the cars were so infrequent. It would be infrequent. It was like a car every 30 minutes. So like I don't know what the fuck the cat was staring at. It was just really bizarre.
Anyways, your dream.
Yeah, your dreams. Yeah.
I don't. Let me see. Go to text logs because I don't remember everything that happened in this.
There was one time where he woke me up at fucking 1 a.m. when I had to go to work the next. This was my previous job. I had to wake up at 3 the next morning.
Okay. So what happens is my brain is fucked, I guess, because my dreams don't make sense. They're like, oh, I'll be in a field with a octopus in my hand, and then there's the sky and it's green, and it doesn't make sense. It's whatever.
Your dreams are autistic.
They are. So I woke up saying, "Oof, my head hurts," and I had a bizarre dream. My head is killing me.
What time was it?
That was
11:36.
Nice. It was 8 a.m.
8 a.m. I might have been shitting then.
I woke up in like a cold sweat.
Okay.
And like breathing hard. So. Was
this a nightmare?
Yeah. Even if they're not scary... Okay, I'll explain that in a minute. So, this is what I texted Chance. My dream involved Parker, Caleb, and I, and I guess some of their family and friends, because my brain couldn't recognize... Oh, okay.
So here's the thing. You said your brain couldn't recognize these people, but you recognized they were some of their friends.
No, yeah, my brain decided, oh, this is Parker's and Caleb's friends and family. I don't know.
The brain rationalized that.
Yeah, and I said they were in my house, my old parents' house, harassing me at like a party. I don't know why they were partying at my parents' house.
I don't know why they were. I don't know why they were harassing you.
I don't know. And then I said I went to take a nap in my dream in my own bedroom.
Okay.
I don't know why. The party was still going. I eventually got up, and then you here, Chance, were with them when I got up and went back into the room. And for some reason, I was harassed so much that I couldn't put my clothes on successfully getting out of my nap. And like the whole dream, I had like no shirt and like I was just in my like underwear. And then my brain must have made it a holiday party or something because my parents, one of my brothers, and my grandma was there, as well. Chance, you got a call from your dad saying that the state was destroying his farm. He doesn't have a farm.
Now, I can understand why you would think this because my dad built I had helped my dad build a fence around his like yard
and he does have chickens
ago, and like he kept thinking he keeps thinking that because he built his fence at 10 feet when fences are only supposed to be like 6 feet, it's a stupid ass rule. It's retarded. He keeps thinking that someday one of his like neighbors is gonna snitch and the people and like the like Graham government's gonna come down and be like, yo.
So I guess that's where I got that in my brain.
Okay.
So yeah, the state was taking his dad's farm. Yeah, I said yes, his farm, and he had to leave and said he was gonna live there so that he could rebuild the farm, so that I'd never see him again. And you were like really sad and you had to leave, or you were about to leave.
I'd say no. If that actually happened, I'd be like, "Fuck you, Dad. I'm not helping you. Fuck that."
You just accepted
it. I've got my
dream.
own life. Fuck you.
And then, so the really weird, bizarre part happens now, where my grandma flashed him her chest, and there was a prophecy written on the blue veins of her breast. I'm not fucking with you. This happened in my mind when I was sleeping. Like the whole
you're autistic.
Pirate with the tattoo of the map on his ass or whatever. Like,
I'm sorry for the peak, but fuck, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh. And my brother was laughing at like a psycho next to this, all this happening. I eventually got dressed in the living room with everyone looking at me because I had and then I ended up with a baseball cap with a baseball on it. Like a graphic of a baseball, and a shirt with baseball logos split down the middle. So there's logos on each side of the shirt.
I tuned out reading all.
And it was my middle school and my high school. Like I was in their baseball teams, and then I woke up with a sweat and a headache, sweaty and a headache. That was the first dream that I had like 3 days ago.
I don't even remember like 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m.
That's the weirdest one.
No, that one's awesome. I love that.
I hated it.
The only question I have is I wonder what the prophecy was.
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
No, Chance looked at me and was like, oh, the prophecy. And then he left. And he's like, I gotta go.
Maybe there's that's an actual fucking prophecy or something. God, your shit is crazy.
I love that.
The one he woke me up for at like 1 in the morning, I forgot what it was, and like I sat there the whole time stone faced, and at the end I was like, I need to fucking sleep.
No, the one I woke up was for like it was like a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, you were like, oh, there was like a stage and there were like people getting killed and like ground up, and I was tuned out. I had a fucking TV static the whole time.
I can explain that one. That one was like, it was like I was in like Yellowstone or something. It was like some like dry ass canyon place with like really.
Have you ever been to Yellowstone?
No, it was like some really dry ass shrubbery, and I was like a school. It was like a school field trip, and there was like geysers everywhere shooting up, and it was like it was like. More like the Grand Canyon. It was like,
yeah, geysers in the Grand Canyon.
I don't know. And there was like
this is Earth.
There's like a big ass like hole in the ground that was like miles deep that I was looking over, and there was geysers around me.
Yeah.
And then there's like a gift shop, and I go in there, and there's like a stage, and people doing like hokey dances. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
As gift files.
What? Stop.
A gift shop.
Stop.
And then there was like Okay, so my brain works weird where it's like if there's a thing that's not even scary at all, but my brain is in nightmare mode, it'll say that's the scary thing, and I'll get scared by it.
I love it.
So what happened was it was like really shitty like Halloween, like, you know, when you go to Halloween, you see like the severed foot with like the fake blood and the bones.
Our neighbor has that all
like
around
the fucking
her house
plastic
right now.
shit. It was like that being like thrown about the room with like explosion noises, and that scared me for some reason.
You haven't.
That's not the most recent one though. That was like months ago.
Okay.
The most recent one was like yesterday.
No, it was. I had to go to work. It was
2 days ago.
Friday morning. It was Friday morning.
So yesterday.
Morning.
Yeah, yesterday morning.
I was the dream took place in this apartment.
Okay.
In like mostly my bedroom.
As opposed to our other apartments.
Yes. As opposed to anywhere else in the fucking multiverse I create. And I got up to get a glass of water in my dream, which is something I do often. I go out this door, and I'm on my phone, like taking a pee first, with a cup and a phone in my hand, and I'm looking up stories about I'm looking up creepypastas on my phone in the dream.
Wildly pissing everywhere.
Yes. I'm looking up creepypastas on my phone in the dream.
It's called multitasking, Chance.
And hands free.
Just drop down.
I can do that at a urinal. I can't do that at a fucking on a toilet.
I can, but it won't end well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was looking up something on my phone about a creepypasta called the Brock Flower Girl. A Brock
flower is from New Vegas.
It's an ingredient in New Vegas for creating like things.
Poison or something.
Healing powder. You know, yeah. And the Brock Flower Girl was a cryptid I made up, I guess, in my brain, and it was like a Japanese like fucking yokai like fucking legend like story, and it was like a bloated Asian chick with like big lips and like stalks coming out of her eyes that had flowers on them, and that was creepy. And it was like super red and like distorted.
He was telling this as I had to get up and go piss, and I'm afraid of shit being
out
of our fucking door.
I woke up with a cold sweat and told Chance about this.
Why tell me this? I have to go take a piss, and you know how neurotic I am.
I know, because you're yeah. And no, so I'm looking at that while I'm pissing. I'm like, that's weird. And then I tried to turn the light on in the bathroom, but I already pissed, so I'm already on my way out. But I don't know why I'm doing that. I turned the light on, it doesn't turn on. I'm like, that's creepy. And I remember the Brock Flower Girl doesn't let you turn on your lights or something on the thing. I was like, she's coming for me. And then I fill up my water and go back to bed in my dream. And then I wake up again in my dream. It was really fucking weird. Like, I'm going to get up again. And then I feel like a weird presence on the opposite side of the door, like in this little hall. And I open up the door, and there's a mannequin there, like outside the door, with a fucking like skull face. And that was the scary in my brain, and I woke up like,
you can
even though it wasn't scary, my brain was like, that's the scary.
Really,
be scared.
With the right art, you can make wonderful stories.
I'm not an artist, really. I'm just a layout designer, typographist.
Oh man, but that'd be awesome.
You see, this is in contrast to my dreams. You want to know what my fucking dreams are?
You taking a shit?
No, I'm going to the store. I'm doing normal things. Those are my dreams. My dreams are relatively normal. I don't remember most of my dreams, but the one I remember are the ones I remember are, I'm going to the store. I'm shopping.
Dude, dreams are just random.
Yeah, I know.
Like even with or without melatonin.
The one time
I've never taken melatonin, but I guess
it's
more of a wild ride.
It's a trip.
That's never happened. I used to take melatonin all the time, and I never had any crazy
some
dreams.
people don't have crazy dreams when
I've had like
weird.
gunfight dreams the last like 3 days back to
The
back.
one time, the only dream I remember from taking melatonin was that everybody was a fighter jet, except like on the tip was everybody's faces going.
It's like Thomas the Tank Engine shit.
Yeah.
My dreams are never that weird. Like
No, it's
y'all
super weird.
with your weird fucking dreams. Mine are like zombie apocalypse, and I'm like having a good time.
Can you control yourself in your dreams?
No,
I can't.
No,
I had
lucid dreaming is hard.
I had one single lucid dream because for like a long time, I wanted to lucid dreams, and I read that if you like looked at something before you went to sleep, and then you recognize that thing in your dream, you'd be able to like lucid dream. And so every night before I'd like fall asleep, I'd like stare at my hand for like 10 minutes so I could like see my hand and realize, oh hey, I'm in a dream.
I'm goddamn real.
I'm real. That's another story later. And that happened once. I get up, I walk outside my house, and the camper's in the front and everything, and there's our yard and everything, and I'm like, yeah, shit, I'm starting to fly, and I start flying, and my dad's like, son, that's not real, it's not realistic, and he pushes me back down.
How is your dad fucking you both in real life and your dreams?
And then I woke up and I was like, well,
I hate your dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Bullshit.
No, you should hear some of the stories that his dad did to him, man.
My dad's a fucking piece of shit.
He looks like Tony Stark too.
Yeah, a little bit. He when I was like really young, I'm afraid of the dark, and when I was really young, he was at the end of the dark hallway, and I'm like a little 4 or 5, 6-year-old, and he's like, hey son, come here, and I start like toddling down there. He's like, "Arr!" I scream, I run away. Then he calls me again because I hear Dad's voice, and I think, oh, safety. And
you wouldn't do it again?
Yeah, that happens like 3 times, and now I'm afraid to get up in the middle of the night and take a piss.
Yep.
And that used to be so bad, I used to piss in bottles and keep them in my room so that the next morning I could throw them away. But then sometimes I'd forget about them.
Like when Caleb found the piss bottle.
And, no, see? Because I used to live in like a, kind of, it was like an attic area because my parents moved out to Graham. Mm. And
that's where my drums are.
Walking downstairs was kind of scary because like I'd have to walk downstairs into the dark.
Is it the house that I've been to?
Yeah, it was that
okay,
house.
Yeah, I can see that.
And like... So, like, I used to drink a lot of, like, Mountain Dew, so I'd take, like, a Mountain Dew bottle, I'd piss in it, and I'd leave it there. One time, I was lazy, so I'd leave it there for, like, a good, like, 3 weeks or something. And, like, it started looking like egg drop soup.
Yep.
Like, they were solids. It was really fucking bizarre.
Mm-hmm. Bitch, you still drink Mountain Dew? What are you talking about?
I still drink.
You were looking,
I used to drink a lot. Shut up!
We went to Safeway looking for Mountain Dew, really hard, and then you couldn't find what you wanted, and then you got Mountain Dew this morning from Taco Bell.
Anyways, we were all in my room. Parker, Caleb, Ryan, and I. We were all sitting there doing games, whatever. Caleb kind of lays down because he's like a little tired. He looks over, sees the piss bottle, gets the biggest shit face of his life. Like he looks really fucking pissed. He doesn't even look at me, and then he sits back up, and I don't. He doesn't say anything else about it.
That's a true homie though.
He looked like he was confused but mad at the same time. Like.
He was really I feel there was
did he talk to you later, or did he just bust your balls in front of everybody?
He didn't say anything.
How'd you find out?
I just saw him. I was looking at him because I saw him sitting down. I'm like, oh no, please don't look over there. Please don't look over there. And he looks over there, and I think for a split second he's like, is that egg flour? No, it can't. And I think through the power of deduction, he was like, oh, that's piss.
Wait, if it looks like egg flour soup, that means you didn't
You need to drink more water.
No, you need to not
It was fermenting.
You need to not come and then piss immediately after because there's gonna be some shit left over.
It was really bizarre.
Yeah, Ebey, I guess I should have warned you. There's zero. The conversations that you hear me and Kyle having is nothing compared to the shit that we talk about here.
I'm talking about when you yank one out and then you go pee and then the toilet bowl is leftover.
Can you finish eating before you you fucking animal? You got.
Oh yeah, no, that's great. That's what I'm saying. I was giving you a warning. I was like, yeah, but and then we just go right back into it. That's great. I love it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
What was that thing I was
making you stay?
I had a story when I was telling the story about the fucking lucid dream.
My hand, my gut.
Yeah, I was at work once and I was shitting much as I always do, and for some reason I had a weird out of body experience or something. I was looking at my hand and my brain was fucking it was, you know that one fucking scene from Eric Andre show where Hannibal's looking at his hands just and it's playing that fucking Hereditary song.
Yeah,
that was me for a good split second. I was like, what the I'm goddamn real? I'm alive? It was fucking weird.
Were you at Coachella or something?
Just
I was getting high off of shit fumes or something.
Self-realization at the age of 22.
I just finally became an adult. I now realize I'm no longer a baby. Oh shit, I'm
object permanence.
Yeah, I gained object permanence.
You finally unlocked the 10% of your brain. You finally.
It was fucking bizarre.
Oh man,
weird. Yeah.
Been thinking about writing a video essay on just a certain video games.
Okay.
I'm being lazy.
On what is it?
And it's the idea I've had for a while. There's video games that I like. So pretty much any game. Like, what was it? English I can speak it, I promise. No, my buddy Kyle, he saw, I was watching Bloodborne on TV, just cuz, and he has triggers, and it's really easy to hit those triggers.
What do you mean?
So, like, if he has nothing to play, like, generally he'll play Dragon Ball Z Fighters, and then he'll stop playing it because he's bored and he'll play something else. But if I put something on that's Dragon Ball adjacent, he'll go right back to it. So, like, I showed Bloodborne gameplay, and he was sitting there just quiet, like he always does. And then he re-downloaded Bloodborne and started playing it again. So, like, going in, I like, he was having trouble with Rom, the Vacacious Vacuous Spider, whatever the fuck its name is.
Rom the Meatlog?
Yeah, Rom the Meatlog.
Is it spelled R-A-U-M?
No,
R-O-M.
R-O-M.
Oh.
Yeah. And I went in there with, like, my overpowered character, and we tried fighting it, and we both got bonked. Like, how the fuck? And I'm looking through all my weapons, and I'm like, okay, Hunter's Axe, it's a staple. You know, I generally use, like, the weeb weapons. So, like, there's a blood katana, so I'm like, and then I saw the whirligig. And now, if you don't know what the whirligig is...
I thought that's what you used last time. We fucked him up on my game.
Right, but I forgot.
Oh.
So, what the whirligig is it's a giant pommel that you can...
weed eater.
That you can attach to a fucking, like, a spinning, like, circular thing, like a top. And one of the moves that you just go like this and call it mowing the lawn. So what I just did is I would
It's like a scythe, but instead of a blade,
it's an actual, just like a top with blades on it.
Oh. It's like a windmill.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I went up to it, I was just mowing the lawn, it's like just chunking his health, and like I forgot how much I love this game. You know, so it's like a game I would talk about just certain aspects, or even like characters going in depth, like based off of what I think about them, and if I wanted to go into a psychological analysis, I'd like reference other people's videos and things like that.
I can't watch video essays that much anymore. I mean, like, they're just too long. I just can't sit there and watch someone talking for like an hour long about the history of jumping in video games.
Oh,
that's a reference.
That's a real video too.
Well, it's like, it depends on the person. Like, they have to have the proper charisma, you know? Like,
you know who Ahoy is?
No.
He has a channel where it's all video essays, and I love his shit because he like shows a lot of like footage of what he's talking about and stuff, and it's great. I like his accent; he's like British and everything. But I can watch his shit,
right?
But like other people, I just can't do it.
It depends on what I'm interested in. Like, I know on more than one occasion I've listened to Mr. Clumps' entire video or gameplay review of the Drakengard and Nier franchise like 6 times. And it's just interesting going back and listening to it every time. But then it's all like, there's a dude on YouTube named Nakey Jakey, where
his shit's cool.
I love Nate.
He's the guy who sits on the medicine ball?
Yeah. He recently
his videos are short, which is why I like them.
Some of them are.
Yeah.
Like, he recently put one out about The Last of Us and Last of Us 2, and explaining how shit operates in that
How
game.
it's bad, I'm kidding.
I mean, yes and no.
I watched the one where he talked about, like, LimeWire and... I like those ones. I don't like the
his Halo
videos
videos
much.
Yeah, no, I watched all of his videos. He's actually makes some decent music too, which is nice. And so it's like stuff like that. But like in others, there's like other characters that talk about like Devil May Cry characters, how they talk about like Dante's choice between humans and demons, or Virgil's obsession with power because he lost, well, not his daddy issues, but more that he lost his mom. And he doesn't want to lose anybody else again, but he also has to be a fucking weeaboo emo edgelord trash, even though he's the best, to gain power. And then he doesn't know that he has a son and all this other bullshit. And then his relation to Nero, who Nero basically wants the same thing, but even
Ichigo.
Yeah,
in more ways than one.
Yeah, but instead of just like wanting power for the sake of power, he wants power to protect what little family that he has and shit like that. So there's like I like watching character like analysis kind of, because like sometimes when you're playing a video game you don't see that shit,
right?
You know, and your perspective on that character may be like, oh, I really like this character, and then you go back, it's like, no, dude, this dude's a piece of shit. I mean, it may not change my like opinion, but it's like, okay, I can see why they're a piece of shit.
I like the idea of not having anyone else influence my view on a certain character or a certain plot of a story.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's good to get different opinions. I don't know.
I mean, it won't skew my view. It's more of a different angle, you know?
Well, I'm a pretty moldable, prone person, if that makes sense. Like if someone just convinces me enough,
right,
then I'll just be like, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like,
yeah, it's like that guy.
From what
cool.
little I have of SMT4 in my knowledge, like, the difference between Walter and Jonathan, it's like, I could see myself being more like Walter, but Jonathan morally looks more appealing.
Remember, though, law isn't always good.
Right.
Chaos isn't always bad.
Right. But like that's
neutral's the best option.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
enlightened centrist.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like with those two, it's like what led those two characters down that path? What makes them believe that this is the right choice? Is it because of duty, or is it because of your personal ambitions? You know.
Well, honestly, they're not even remotely the most interesting characters in the whole game.
Right. But I'm just saying, out of the people on like the cover art, you know, because they have Flynn, they have Jonathan, they have Walter.
Yeah. They don't have Isabeau on the cover.
They don't have Isabeau because woman.
Well, because Flynn is the stand-in for Isabeau because neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even in the neutral part, she's just not that important. She's just there with it. They just tacked her on.
The best part about Isabeau is if you don't choose neutral.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like character study, like with when it comes to like the Nier story and shit like that, or specifically Automata or Automata, however the fuck you want to pronounce it. Like the person who started Yorha was the 9 unit. Like it was like essentially the person that created like the 9S unit. You know, and you can learn that through the stage plays, and that's not something that you'll initially get if you don't dig for that information.
Mm-hmm. Dark Souls is a good example.
Dark Souls is a really good example of that.
They don't give you shit really, unless you go searching for it,
or you watch a video that of somebody who's already done that for you,
or you go to wiki or something.
One thing I really dislike about certain like I guess pieces of media is when their shit's spread out through multiple different mediums. I hate that a lot.
What do you mean by that?
Like Halo has like comic books and books and like
Bionicle's a big
shorts
one. What's
and shit
considered
like that.
Canon?
Yeah,
yes.
And Bionicle's like that too, and I fucking hate that because like I'll be reading the comics and like, how did this happen? How did this happen? I'm like, oh, you had to read the fucking online blog post that they wrote in 2006 on a website that's no longer fucking.
You gotta read the back of a fucking Pop-Tarts box.
That sounds like so like
it's aggravating. It's fucking aggravating.
Really like that,
I hate
though.
that shit so much.
I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. It's definitely aggravating when you're like so into the thing. Like with me, like again, coming from you and I, we've played.
We're doing the same thing.
Almost every Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah.
You know, mine did like not the original coded and like.
I played a Kingdom Hearts game on my dad's phone once, so then that might have been it.
That was probably coded.
Maybe.
And it's like besides that and like Union Cross and shit like that, like playing a little bit of it, but it's like there was really no story in the beginning. You don't find that out till literally the end.
You have to fast forward through 500 fucking stages.
Yeah,
story.
Like that. It's like, no, I'm good, dude. I'll just watch the shit online.
I won't even watch it. I'll just absorb it from other people.
Right. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like so. Like that's in one of those cross medias where like I was so into the series that I had to have a PSP and a DS or a 3DS just to play the ones to make sure I wasn't fucking lost, because I was one of those people that was in the series that knew that everything is canon.
Yeah.
So I have to know, and then you have the people like, can I just start at 3? It's like, no.
You really can't.
Yeah. It's not like and I'm gonna.
DDD does a good job of like catching people up because they got all those fucking logs. I'm like, hey, here's what this game is, and here's what this game is. But it's not a substitute.
It's not a substitute, no. And then that's like again.
Each game is relatively not that long. It's like 10 to 15, maybe 20 hours
because
long.
it's more of an action JRPG rather than anything else.
Yeah.
Versus like any other JRPG that's multi-spanning, like or for instance, Tales of Berseria and Tales of Zestiria, they are conjoined, like they're actually two parts of the same story where Zestiria came out before Berseria, and it's like, okay, this is the this is essentially our Jesus figure. Our Jesus figure has to defeat our devil figure to keep peace throughout, time immemorial. And then you play Berseria, and it's the starting of that tale, of that story of every reincarnation. There's this person who becomes our Jesus figure, and they have the ability to talk to spirits.
Like Zelda.
Yeah, kind of. Where like Zelda's like another perfect example where like, hey, not all the stories are conjoined, but they're in a timeline. And if you really like Zelda, you have to buy a DS, you have to buy a Wii, you have to buy a Wii U, you have to buy this, that.
It's not even that. You just got to buy the Hyrule Historia that tells you the whole, like, here's the timeline.
Right, but do the Hyrule Historia, like, stories or character arts or whatever, substitute the gameplay?
Not really. It just gives you an example of what, like, not an example. It just tells you the, like, timelines.
Right. And like, again, I'm beating this horse to death, but it's the first time I'm mentioning it on the podcast, like with the Trail series, specifically. So, like, I played Cold Steel 1 through 3. Like, 1 and 2 is pretty much in their own deal, and they have characters pop up from the other video games where you're like, okay, I didn't know they were there. And then you play Cold Steel 3, and they start throwing shit at you from the other games, so I'm like, who are these people? And so I go back, and I start playing these other ones. I'm like, oh, and then and it all connects down the pipeline. And there was there's a girl on YouTube and who also streams I think her name's Lady Virgilla. I think like she's a big advocate of like Persona and in the Trail series. And I was asking her like, so I beat this one, which I got like legally and then like patched in the translation, and like. I don't feel like I have enough time to beat the next one in that duology, so I think I'm just gonna rewatch your videos. She's like, yeah, I mean that's a good idea, but playing the game is gonna have a lot more of an effect on you when you go into Cold Steel 4. I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, so I'm like, fuck. Okay, how do I find the English translation?
Yeah. I've been playing more Ghost finally.
More Ghosts?
Of Tsushima.
Oh.
Finally. I'm in midway through Act 3. Finally.
Yeah. Is the update out yet?
Oh, with the thing? No.
Oh, Legends. When does that come out?
Next week, I think.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's going to be great.
Tasha's is coming out, too.
It's coming out in November.
November.
It's going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to rework Koresh for the third fucking time.
Are you allowing that?
Okay. It's a revised Ranger.
Okay.
I fucked up hard on Koresh. I keep fucking up.
When you're Gloomstalker?
Yeah.
How are you fucking up on that?
I just keep forgetting like certain parts of the class. I keep forgetting like certain I don't think I did any stat ups.
Is the revised Ranger going to be the one that's in UA right now?
I don't know. We don't know any of the fucking things.
Okay.
There was a text that said like, oh yeah, there's also some revised options for classes. So I'm thinking that also includes the Ranger.
Right.
Hopefully. The revised Ranger ain't bad. The like favored terrain shit?
Yeah.
That happens everywhere now, not just on your
it's not specific.
Terrain. Yeah, so it's a lot better. It's a lot fucking better.
So no matter where you're at, your favorite terrain is everything?
There's no favorite terrain. It's just when you're like out. I think it's when you're out traveling. I don't think it's like in battle or something.
That actually would be nice.
I was thinking about making a Ranger against type. Like I was thinking, okay, I finally made a Paladin character.
Right.
And I was like, okay, the only class I haven't made a character... Yeah, Xavier. Huh. The only character I haven't made or only class I haven't made a character for is Ranger. I was like, what?
Is Melody the Bard?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, what is stopping me from making a Ranger? And
Ranger's just not good.
I literally don't care about mechanics. I just care all about flavor. That's why I'm playing D&D. And that's... and it's just like... I don't know. Something about Ranger was really not sticking with me. Like, how... cool it is or how it would work. And then I realized I want to make an urban Ranger.
A gangster?
No. Well, I guess you do have to
turn your crossbow sideways to get a more accurate shot.
No, power of racism, favorite enemy. It's the Crips.
They still have favorite enemy. I don't think favorite enemy changes.
But no, I was going to say like I want to make like a Ranger that's more like a detective for like in a city.
Mm-hmm.
It was so Batman.
I guess that's what.
No, that's awesome. No,
but I don't know if there's a way to do that mechanically.
Eberron.
Because I don't think there's an urban or like
there's not
something like that for your favorite terrain.
No, you can do an Eberron campaign.
But that's I feel like that's more of what the urban bounty hunter is in terms of trait. or what's the thing? Background. That's the one. Because that's what Dash has. And
what's that from?
I want to say it's Eberron, maybe, or maybe it's Waterdeep. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like Waterdeep.
Eye of the Abyss has like 2 different backgrounds that are specific to that. So.
Yeah, so like Dash has and because I didn't think about it when I started playing Dash, that we'd be traveling in the fucking forest, and I brought a urban city bounty hunter gunslinger into this fucking Africa,
Africa with dinosaurs.
With dinosaurs. That, like, I've not once ever, except for the beginning when we were dealing with Mr. Fear and trying to find Artist Simber, that I've only used my background ability for that. Other than that, has never used it since.
I like how we didn't even, like, actively look for Artist Simber. Derek just got fed up and he was like, hey, here he is.
Well, it's because
he's fucking here.
It's because the way that we were doing things, I had to force shit to happen. That's why I picked Sharice's character, because she is in that active. I could use her for a power move with her sneak attack, and so that ended up creating the father-daughter relationship that Dash and Zora have. And so it's like when we were like, hey, let's go down here and find the thing and get the money, you guys are like, no. And then we had to go down there, and then we had an ancient evil follow us all the way back up to the surface for like 2 months.
Hey, I was cool with doing that originally. I didn't really say.
Originally,
I was like that. People were like, "No, we shouldn't do that." Then I was like, "Okay, maybe we shouldn't." But then everybody else was like, "No, okay, we'll do it."
It's the character motivations. Like Dash is, hey, I have a job. I want money. Let's go do this. Zora is like, she really. We don't know too much about Zora's backstory besides that her family is shit.
Yeah.
And we're almost at the end of the story, and nothing has happened in regards to her character really.
Yeah.
You know, we had.
That's what I want to avoid when I DM in season 2, because Andrew and Sharice, I feel like, are not going to give me a lot to work with sometimes, and I want to incorporate them into the story more like that.
Well, I mean, V has had more story
right.
Like, we literally spent an entire series.
I'm saying what Andrew's character is going to be for Voros.
Right.
It's going to be weird, and I hope I'll be able to mix it in.
Yeah, like
because I don't even think he's really like locked it in, because he did, but then like when last time we met up, he's like, "Oh, I'm thinking about changing it."
I think he's locked it in. We talked in the porch about it.
Yeah. But yeah, even like you, we had your situation with the storm giants cutting off your hand. We didn't have too much with fucking Rasmus, but then as soon as we get Zolspati, he has a character story development.
Yeah.
Like even with,
it was like the easiest one to do. Oh, there's a little duel in the woods.
Right, but it works for your character. It's story progress. Like with fucking
there might be more shit with
like Beefcake Paladin Boy. We even had that situation with the other Dragonborns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my only character development is literally just fucking with Epithema.
Yeah.
You know, that otherwise there's nothing in relation to...
Did you give the DM a lot to work with?
It was just kind of spur of the moment type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I gave the backstory. That's my backstory. There's really not too much to work with besides that I am a bounty hunter. Give me bounty.
I assumed we'd be working a lot. Well, we're not in any cities, but if we were more urban, we'd be working with the Black Network a bit more.
Yeah.
Or at least...
Well, not everybody has like a neutral or less than neutral backstory or fucking like alignment swiped out. Most people would want to. What
I'm saying is that we would have encountered people from it, no matter what.
And I don't think any of us really, at least I didn't, think that we were going to be actually completing this campaign. Honestly,
really,
I thought as soon as you were going to be, when you were done with Boros, we were going to hop right back on that shit.
No, I wanted to finish Tomb.
Yeah, see, I didn't care, but then I got attached to Dash, so. And I'm really in love with Lala, so I want that to happen.
I just didn't want to, like, stop a campaign in the middle, but especially since we were so far in, you know.
Mm-hmm. But we just had too many fucking pauses.
Yep. All because
we're still in it.
All because of Caleb. Make sure to cut this out, too, in case when this goes up.
Yeah.
Do you still have that one where we had Parker in it? The last one?
I gave that to you. I don't know.
We don't have it.
Maybe, I can look.
Yeah, we don't have it.
The last what? The Parker?
The last podcast, the one we did with Parker.
I don't even remember us doing that.
Where Parker had to go, and then like Caleb had to leave early because they were going to a bar later.
I can look for it.
You still have Waterdeep Dragon Heist?
I do.
Is that what it's called, Dragon Heist? And at some point you want to do that? Like you're
getting flashbacks?
No, I talked myself out of spending $200 on bullets.
Sorry, what?
So yeah, you still have it. I think I might want to play Melody in that. It's very urban, right?
It's very urban, but it's a 1. It starts at like level 1.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And like,
because that one's part of a I think a duology or a trilogy of books.
Yeah, there's 2 Waterdeep books.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they necessarily.
Is it one of Ghost of Saltmarsh?
That's in a different setting altogether from Forgotten Realms.
Well, my bad.
No, it's called Dungeon of the Mad Mage is the other one. And you can make them connect, but they don't necessarily have to.
I feel like it would be interesting to have that just connect like that. Plus,
in the book, it tells you how to do it.
Yeah. Because we were playing Strahd with these guys, and then we took a break from Strahd because I got the Waterdeep book that I wanted to check it out. And we went to it, and they were both level 1s, and they were just not liking it compared to like them being like level 1.
No, I liked.
You got blown back by that mage.
I had a great time with Waterdeep. Actually, I don't like the character that I brought into it.
Okay.
And Waterdeep seemed a little bit more investigative than Strahd, which is fine for me. Kyle's doesn't give a fuck about that though.
No. That's why I want to play Melody because she works. I think she works very, very well in social situations.
Yeah, no, I'm down to play Waterdeep. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'm like I have a
we ever
I have a note section on my phone that lists all my characters and then hyphen and then which adventure I'd probably place them.
Okay.
And Melody I put Dragon Heist.
Yeah, no. So when it comes down to it, man, it's like I want to go back into Voros.
I know.
Yeah, I want to go back into Voros so bad.
It's so good. It'll be so good.
I mean, and I think you said you still wanted to go Theater of the Mind.
No,
we're
going Grid.
Well, I meant like Grid for us, but in terms of like the viewers.
Oh yeah,
I ain't giving a shit about the video. I'm just gonna be as lazy and as ham-fisted as it can be.
Okay,
I don't care.
I don't know if that's how you use ham-fisted.
I don't care.
Regardless. No, that's fine. I mean, I'm still down to make it work, but it's just getting the equipment for it.
Equipment?
Yeah. Like, the only thing we really need for that is a camera and a decent, well-placed area so that we can record the battlefield when it's there.
I was not going to even put a camera in.
No, I know. I'm just saying, it's like, I mean, I would like a camera for fights. It'd be funny. Yeah. But that's just me. Yeah. That's just me. Because with me, when it comes to me wanting to do a production and my ideas in it, besides the first one that I thought of, I like to go.
Copyright infringement.
Oh man, that entire thing. I wrote a story when back in.
It started off chaotic. It just took a hard turn.
Yeah, when in
stealing ideas.
In about 2015, 2014.
Graduating.
When my dad was like passing away, I started writing a story. That story started off real like interesting, and then after discussing it with my friends, it turned into Bleach.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think you might.
We ran out of ideas.
Yeah, like literally the character that his character was based off was just Urahara, just downright.
It got real bad.
Yeah, it was just straight.
Just be like me and don't look at anything popular. So if you are ripping something off, no one knows. And
no, people will know. You just won't.
Yeah.
Well, no, exactly.
That still opens you up to a lawsuit.
But it's not your fault.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, no, it still opens you up to a lawsuit. Ignorance.
I didn't want to watch
ignorance
that show,
is not
so it's still my idea.
Yeah, it's like ignorance is not a powerful enough excuse for you to get away with copyright.
Well, no, I'm not selling anything.
Hey, it is for China. It is for China.
No, China's blatantly just I don't give shit.
We didn't make it, but we're making it.
These people are different colors now, and it's my idea.
Yeah, the Incredible Bulk.
Yeah,
you can't trademark a color palette.
Yeah, that's pretty much just what it was. So like, after a while, like we were getting into it. Like we had the idea. We were gonna like. It was getting levels of. It was getting levels. Chance, I'm looking at you. It was getting levels of Maul dual wields later, like shit. It was getting real fucking close,
real bad.
Dual wield. I love that video.
Yeah.
I'm glad that
she's part of the darkness now.
Like filming that.
Yeah, like I had a camera and everything, and we were talking about like fight scenes, and there was one point when we were hanging out in our basement where we had swords. We had like replicas of like anime swords.
Don't say had like it's past tense, like there aren't just a bunch of swords in the apartment.
I have one on my person.
Yours is bigger than everyone else's.
You're correct.
It's been a year.
It's been a year.
More than a
I'll
year.
let it slide. But yeah, no. So it was like we were downstairs and we was like, all right, here's how we're gonna do it. We're reading off the script. And we're like fighting, and then like our Kyle's dad just comes downstairs and looks at us, and he's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Yeah, that was funny.
Do they have like socks and sandals and cargo shorts?
No, this man's the type of guy that every time you see him, he somehow looks bigger,
more muscular.
Yeah,
but he's the same size.
Yeah, like it's just
terrifying.
Yeah,
he dominates.
Oh yeah, no, he has an aura.
Yeah,
like there's not a lot of people that have this like dominating aura. Like he has a very powerful dominating aura.
Like if he walks in and he's like, "Hey, I need you to go do this," you're gonna be like, "Okay."
Yep, no questions.
I want to be that person. I want to be this big fucking beefy dude walks into the office. Someone's like, "Hey, can you do this?" I'll be like, "Yeah, sure, I'd love to." Just be really just like fucking like.
Well, because like the thing is, he has two modes, and I love the guy to death. He's like a father figure, but he goes from being like jovial to "I will kill you."
Yeah, there's really no middle ground. Like if you spill spaghetti on his floor, he'll throw a fan into the ground so hard it explodes.
He threatened one of our friends' life because he cracked eggs. He was making eggs.
It's because Razor did it all the time.
Oh,
so our buddy used to cook. Like we used to like pretty much live at his house, and so we'd like make breakfast and stuff. And one of our buddies, he's my boy, and I love him. But he'd make eggs and he'd put the eggshells back in the carton and put it back in the fridge.
Heathen.
And one of the days, like Sean comes down the stairs, he's like, "Hey Razor, if you put any more eggshells in my fucking fridge, I'm gonna punch you in the balls." And then he left. And it never happened again.
That's threatening a man's lineage.
I do that, but only so that they have a place to stay before I wash my hands and throw them in the garbage.
That's fair.
I don't keep them in there.
No,
you don't want them rolling around like half shells on the...
That man threatened my life before I even got to know him. And that's because his son...
Was that because Kyle broke the TV?
Yes, and he blamed it on me!
He just assumed you did.
Were you guys playing Wii too hard?
No! Fucking... So, like, this is one of the very first times that, like, I hung out with Kyle. And... Because, like, the first time I met him and stayed at his house, I was going to a concert. And I went to school the next day. And then, like...
What was the concert? Busy.
It was our buddies.
Ah.
Like, our buddies played music, and it was, like, his girlfriend's birthday party and shit like that. So, we ended up, I just in the night going to work the next day. And then, like, later on, we went to his house, and we were all playing Halo, like a LAN party and shit, right?
Oh, fuck yeah.
We had a giant TV sitting on what I think was just, like, an ottoman.
It was just chilling on the ottoman.
Yeah, it was just on an ottoman.
Face up?
Face up, it was fine.
Did it have the one, like, circular stand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not stable at all.
No. Yeah, no, not at all. And I had to leave early, right? So I left way early because like I was on strict bullshit with my brother. So I left early. They're all still there. I guess at some point you were there for this.
I wasn't there when the TV broke.
You were there.
No, I was taking shit.
Of course you were. No, so apparently
Alibi.
I came back downstairs and the TV was broken. I was like, okay.
Like I'm gone by this point. I'm assuming this is like way later.
It was probably like midnight or 1 a.m. or something.
So I was gone at like 4. I was gone at like 4 p.m. And so like dude comes downstairs, I guess, and just immediately blames me. I was like, what? I think I remember getting a talking to.
I can confirm that nobody argued with Sean.
Of course, because you're not going to.
Like, he was like, who broke the... Like, he's like...
Did Kyle directly blame me?
I don't think so.
I have to ask him that one.
I just don't think that he stood up for you.
No.
There was no, like...
But...
There was no, like, no, it wasn't him. It was just like...
I think was like out of all the like out of
was
all
it because
of
you
us,
left early, or was it because of your skin color?
probably.
Okay.
Blame the black man.
Well, the thing is, like, he ended up seeing me like a son. Like, out of all the people like in our group, I was like the innocent one. Hard to believe. I was.
No, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, like at the time, I was like the super innocent one. Or, like, if all my friends' parents like really liked me, like. Razor's mom a little too much.
You mentioned that, like, whenever you go to a friend's house, they just want to adopt you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got like 40 moms.
Yeah. And so, like, I was, like, real good friends with, like, his dad, I mean, and all that shit. There's even times where, like, I haven't been there, or I was there, and then I've left, and they break a fucking window.
It was the same window every time, and it never fully broke.
I thought it fully broke.
We never fully broke it because we kept taping it back together.
Oh my god.
But then, like...
No, wait, you're talking about the one in the backyard next to your old room, right?
No. When did that break? I wasn't there for that. I'm talking about the one in the basement that was always broken.
No. I remember they were playing Penis Ball VD, and...
You mind giving me some insight here?
That's something.
Okay, I'll stand up and mime for this one.
Okay.
It's a little bit more...
Oh,
it's a physical game.
Okay.
So we had, like, one of the big exercise balls. And we played a game. It's a very simple game. You just got pelvic thrust the ball at people.
Okay.
And you
Like kickball?
Yeah, but
With your
like,
penis.
You wouldn't, like, catch it. It was like a passing game. So somebody would pick it up and toss it, somebody would be like, huh! And then you just do that back and forth with each other. You got to do the full motion. Yeah. Or, until, like, somebody gets hit in the dick too hard and they gotta sit down.
Yeah.
What's very physical.
The VD was version DOS. It was the improved version of the game. I don't remember what was different.
Nothing.
Probably nothing, but I think we just liked the idea of being penis ball VD.
Because of VD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's funny.
We were not
virile erectile dysfunction.
Yes. But I just remember hearing from Kyle or Christian that one of them pelvic thrusted the ball so hard that it hit a window on the house.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that.
Oh, man.
I remember we sent it into the fence so hard that it popped the ball, and that's when the game stopped. I also remember Kristen almost killing me in the basement. Because we were like, I was holding, it was like, you do the thing where somebody holds the ball and against each other. Well, we did that. I flew back because I didn't have the ball and hit the ground. There was a weight like right here, like one of Sean's dumbbells.
Oh shit!
Like one of the big 10-pound ones, like here.
Oh,
I was, like I looked
so
up,
you could have been.
Fuck! I could have died.
You almost got brained.
Yeah, no, I could have straight up died.
We didn't do a lot of smart things.
Yeah.
I threw a stick at my friend's head once, like a big old like branch, and it made him concussed.
Oh wow!
Who was this? Was it?
It's Steven.
Oh, so that's why he's like that.
Went to the hospital and was like asleep for like 2 days.
So casual.
You see like a big ass like, I don't know, like his arm thickness of a kind of big branch, and I just tossed it, and my friend ran right in front of it, and it was doing like the fucking spin, and it whacked him on his temple, and then we were like 13, and he cried a lot, and then when he got home, he took a nap for like 2 days.
I remember when Caleb used to come with me and my parents to Ocean Shores a lot when we were camping. And one time, I don't know what it was, but we got it in our heads that we were going to go around lifting up big fucking logs and like screaming. We were like, oh, fucking manly, just being
How old
stupid.
were you?
15, 16, something like that.
Don't sound embarrassed when you say that.
No, I'm not at all.
It sounds right.
And
we
so
did that.
I still have pictures.
We were doing that. We were finding like logs and fucking just fucking like lifting them and flinging them off. And one time there was a smaller one. I picked it up by myself. I threw it. Caleb picked it up, threw it, and somehow we like fucking got him in his cheek.
Oh yeah.
And he had like a little hole in his fucking cheek.
Yeah.
Because of that. Stupid enough.
I guess there's no scar.
Again,
yeah, it's all gone.
We've all done stupid stuff. Were you there when somebody was sketching onto the back of a car?
Oh, yeah, it was Razor.
It was Razor.
He had a gnarly fucking scar right here.
Oh yeah,
like
was Zach driving?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was going like 30, and Razor's like, I'm gonna sketch on his truck.
Yep.
And he fucking started like, he's doing it. He got like, they got pretty far, and then he lost his balance and slid for like 40 feet in shorts.
Oh,
yeah.
Like this, and just like this whole part of his leg, which is road rash for like years.
We broke into schools and jumped off of roofs of schools.
Yeah,
Why'd you jump off the roof of the school?
Why not?
Because we could.
Yeah,
Wilson is a really easy school to break into and or break on top of.
That and Skyline.
Yeah, but
I used to run around on top of my elementary school. It's all They just tore it down, just like a couple weeks ago. But we used to climb on top of it and just do a bunch of dumb shit up there.
Yeah.
We would also jump off.
Yeah. I almost got hit by a car once.
That was fucking because that guy tried to get so mad at you.
I was
just run over a child.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was. I think I told you guys that one where I was bombing this hill on my longboard, and I was just coming in too hot, and I couldn't stop fast enough, and a car was coming, and it hit the back of my longboard, and I jumped off and did like a fucking stage dive into
You did do a really elegant dive to get out of here.
into somebody's yard. And after that, I was like traumatized on even getting on my board, and my wheel was super fucked up. And
that sounds like it would get you.
Didn't you get up and give the guy like a one of these? Oh, like.
Dude, I don't remember.
I feel like I remember you gave like
fucking Spartacus.
Like he jumped off, got back up, and turned around, and was like this, and the guy's like yelling at him out of his window. He's like, "I got my fucking kid in here," and it's like you just almost hit a guy.
You almost fucking hit someone.
Yeah. He was going like fucking 30
he
or
was
40
mobbing down a side
down like a pedestrian fucking street.
Okay, well then
you did also just blow through an intersection though, so.
You did a are you not entertained?
Yeah.
It was a little bit of everybody's fault, but that guy.
I think initially this was for you guys to show you that I'm okay.
I mean, either way, it worked out.
And then I was gonna yell at the dude, but I was so like, I can't believe that just happened that I did not know what to say.
There was one time when we went to a friend's birthday party. Ryan wasn't with us, but it was Caleb and two of our other friends and I. And this dude's house like smelled like piss.
Oh, Jesus?
Yeah, Jesus. It just automatically smelled like fucking piss. And like, Caleb and I were doing a lot of Mexican jokes. This was a Mexican friend of ours.
Would.
And like, it was funny because one of the stereotypes, a lot of family lives with them. They had a shit ton of like family there, like a lot of family. And so like we were playing like Yu-Gi-Oh in a room and shit like that. Then like we went outside for like 2 hours. We were just fucking around. And there was like a weird little like shack house thing that we like slept in, and that was where we did a lot of dumb shit. Like we would like they had like pudding in the fridge that we fucking raided and like just threw, and like there were a bunch of tarps everywhere, and we slept under the. It was really weird. It was a really weird like
didn't
kind of dirty
put
ass
toothpaste on his asshole or something.
No. Anthony put toothpaste down the back of my fucking shorts, and it got my asshole fucking like it was like icy hot, and
so
it wouldn't and it. I had to go into the main house to go take a shit and wipe the toothpaste off the back of my shit. And when I got back outside, it was raining, and they wouldn't let me back in the thing unless I did the truffle shuffle.
I'm realizing now, your guys' stuff is more like innocent pranks, kind of weird shit.
Kind of.
We did more like misdemeanor crime.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
What was another one that we did?
What, crimes?
Do you want any orangina right now?
no,
Just stories in general. I mean,
Can I have one?
we've almost been arrested more than once, which is uncomfortable to say out loud.
Oh wow.
Almost both parties in one night.
What? Oh, wait.
When we were
what
going-
are we talking about?
when me, you, Jared, and
When Zach was driving like an asshole?
Yeah.
It got pulled
and
over
he pulled
and the cops
over
took his
and
drugs?
yeah, and then that same night, Joe and Kyle got pulled over because they were speeding.
They were riding longboards though.
Yeah.
They were going like 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a cop can pull you over if you're on a longboard, or is he just...
If you're going too fast.
I mean, we didn't, like, they weren't wearing helmets, so the cops were like, hey, that's probably not safe.
It was also
Yeah.
at like 9 something in
No,
the
it was
night.
not. It was like 11:30.
It was like 11.
It was late. Because it was like a Saturday.
We were night owls.
An ending to that story with the shed was we because it was really dirty. My friends and I was like, hey, fuck it. So like my friend originally he like pissed in a cup. It was this big fucking cup, and he just put it on top of like the fridge. And I was like, hey, is that your piss cup? He was like, yeah. And I didn't want to get another cup. I didn't want to have to go inside the main house because the house was I didn't like it. So I just pissed in the cup, and we just left it in there. On top of the fridge in this weird fucking back guest house. It was like leaking and everything. It was weird. Like the floor was wet.
Wasn't there a story about like hot dog water or something?
The friend's mom cooked like fucking 30 packs of hot dogs in this big fucking like 30 packs of glizzies in this big fucking
like a hot dog eating competition style
something.
like pile.
And like I don't know what she did. We were glizzy gladiators that night. We were chowing down on hot dogs that whole night. And Caleb like we took like a big fucking like bowl of them out in the back so we could just munch on hot dogs and shit. And Caleb took one. And he fucking Hassan chopped one in half, and it like flew like across the fucking room. That was dumb.
It's surprising me that you guys have never done drugs.
If Caleb was here, he'd be able to explain how fucking weird that place was.
Yeah, no, I can understand that, but I'm
on the way home. The dude who was driving us didn't speak English like too well, but he knew where to go. But like Caleb and I saw like a double rainbow, and he like we were like, "Hey, look, there's a double rainbow." The dude starts slowing down. He's like, "Hey, you want to take a picture?" And we're like, "No, don't slow down on the freeway. Keep going." People were like honking at us. Oh, that was a weird fucking. It was fun though. It was weird, but man.
Look like you're coursing through memories.
I am trying to remember weird stuff, and it's just a lot of it.
I mean, we've had a lot of. We've had too many adventures.
Like, I feel like there's a lot of things that I want to remember, but don't, for obvious reasons that I don't want to incriminate myself.
Well, like doing the trip to Spokane.
That was fun.
That was fun.
That was a great time. That was an uncomfortable car ride.
Yeah, uncomfortable car ride. Going to the gorge. Some of those were
The Mayhem?
Yeah, because there was one where didn't we all go and then we left Razor there because he wanted to see the rest of the show, but it was raining outside.
Yeah, but he drove us there, so we just got to go hang out at his car for an hour while he.
No, we drove back and then his parents came and got him.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, we left because I don't think it was the Jetta because he didn't know how to drive stick at that point. Or Kyle.
Jetta wasn't stick.
Oh, Jetta wasn't stick? Oh, then yeah.
He didn't learn how to drive stick until Iron moved.
Oh, yeah, so it was the Jetta and Kyle drove us home.
I don't remember that.
And then,
I remember Razor wanted to stay to watch Slipped On.
Because that was the same time that I met Rachel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mayhem was weird.
Yeah.
That was a weird thing.
Yeah.
Jess is telling me about a thing called the Death Wall.
Oh, yeah, those are fun.
Death Walls are fun.
There's a video online. You know Yellow Card?
If I ever hear that there's a death wall at a Yellow Card concert...
they tried to do one, and it was fucking funny.
I watched it.
It was
That I
like
could see happening.
it was so fucking retarded because the dude kind of has like a lighter voice. Like, come on, guys,
Yeah.
you ready for the mayhem that's about to happen? It's like, dude, don't.
No, because...
It was just like a light. It wasn't like a,
guys, if anyone gets hurt,
just pick him back up. Pick him back up.
No, you say, oh no, you died? You're dead now.
There is a situation where like you go into a death wall that like I have to prep. I have to make sure both of my shoes are tied, and I have to make sure my glasses are going to somebody that's not going to be in the death wall.
Yeah.
And if anybody's going to be in there, I have to make sure it's in a comfortable place because I'm pretty sure somebody's lost a jacket when we were in there once.
I did. It was me. It was in Spokane.
During the Asking Alexandria?
During the Asking Alexandria mosh pit. Yeah. And it wasn't I lost it. It's really fucking hot in this mosh pit. I'm done with this jacket. I just fucking hugged it.
You're done.
The video was just it was so fucking funny. It was like a little like chew toy. Just,
you said you called it the wall of discomfortment.
yeah, the wall of discomfort.
Yeah. There's unspoken rules with death walls and mosh pits, but you don't like. The singer should never say them out loud.
Right.
Like, it should never be like, if somebody goes down, pick them back up. If somebody loses their shoes, help them out. It's like, everybody knows that already.
Yeah.
Like the first death wall that really solidified mine and his friendship.
Was that the Motionless?
It was Emotionless. Yeah, it was at that same show that we went to when I was living in Seattle. And
right, that's the elevator one where we had the elevator music when we tried making Indian Bros. I remember that.
And like they're like, all right, we're doing a death wall. It's gonna get fucking real. And me and X were like, that sounds like a good time. I don't know what this is, but I'm in there.
It was like a Spartan moment.
I want that to be the actual thing he said. It's gonna get fucking real.
Probably is what he said.
It sounds funny to me.
They split the crowd, and you're just like, what's happening?
Was that during Escape the Fate set?
Yeah, that was
the guillotine, right?
Maybe, I don't know, man. There was a lot.
There was a lot.
That was a show.
Is Metal Moses about to appear down the crowd?
That's what the singer is. The singer goes like this in the crowd.
They split the crowd. There's usually like three guys standing in the middle. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Or they're already mocking.
Yeah.
They're already just fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, or there's one guy doing like this.
Yeah.
Elbow,
there's always the 1 to 3 guys that just don't know where they're at, and they feel like, oh, I'm having a bad day.
Straight
my
arms
girlfriend
swinging.
left me. I left my shoes at my house. I'm gonna fucking swing.
Time to leave it all behind.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But you don't want to be that guy if it's not obvious. But yeah, so they split the crowd. Me and X were like, let's get in there. Let's see what happens. And we'll go to the front of the death wall for some reason. I don't know why we did that. But we did.
That was a bad choice.
We're like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go to the front of the wall. And so we pushed through the crowd. We got to the front of the wall. We looked at each other like, okay.
It's like,
See you on the other side, brother.
The breakdown fucking happens, and then just this fucking murder wall collides.
Oh, fuck.
I go down in like 10 seconds. Fucking like, we hit, I'm like, oh fuck. One of my shoes.
Your shoe got lost.
I lost a shoe. Fucking like 4 people are like, up you go, and back in the mosh pit. And then like, after everything calms down, the kind of crowd disperses. Somebody's like, hey, I got your shoe.
Hey!
And I was like, hey! And it was a super hot chick, so it was pretty rad.
Yeah.
It was magic.
There's a bunch of unspoken rules, man. The singer don't have to say shit.
Nope.
It's like the mosh pit is a time just to like get out a little bit of frustration.
Mm-hmm.
The death wall is to make sure that when you leave here tonight, you forgot why you were mad.
Okay.
Jesus.
And then as soon as if somebody falls down or they lose something, you help them out and you guys continue the show and you're good.
It's weird how it happens too, because it's like a coordinated effort where nobody's talking to each other. Like if somebody falls, 6 people will line up around you in a circle to keep people off of you.
Okay.
And somebody will just push their way into the circle and pick you up, and then
Okay.
and it just collapses on itself into a mess.
And
It's weird.
the best part is like the hype because that definitely feels like some Spartan 300 type shit.
Well, you like you guys were at the front, right, over your side of it.
Yeah.
So you guys were fucking like Roman soldiers, like
Front
ready to
row
go.
Yeah, we were the phalanx.
We crashed
Yes.
into people on the other wall.
Yeah.
It was,
Oh,
it was
man.
insane.
Because the way that it happens, it always happens like on a breakdown, and they're building up the tension. So you're hearing the drum go, it's like but it's like
Yeah.
it's building the moment. And everybody's like getting hyped, they're slapping their chest like wrestlers and shit.
Haka.
Fucking
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey,
Yeah.
like fucking Wolf of Wall Street.
Like people, people were just out here like fucking like yelling, pumping arms and shit, and then like the breakdown starts and it just
Yeah,
And,
I remember at like 1 or 2 of my like middle school dances, people were doing like a mosh pit in the middle of the
yep,
fucking
always happens.
fucking.
they're
Oh
like
my God, it was
the
fucking
30
crazy.
metal kids, like metal, like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
always
which is-
try.
there was like Taylor Swift playing or something.
no, it's LMFAO or
They're
something.
moshing to LMFAO. It's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
And like I can rock out a little bit, but like that's not why I enjoy concerts. Is to
The
do
one-
that shit. That's just not for me.
I just wanted to hit somebody. That's
I'm
the
not
only
like
part of the mosh
that.
pit.
I'm the opposite of that.
I've been to 2 shows, and on the second one,
I'm chill. I
there was
guess.
something very diabolical going on. I could smell some real good food, like from outside the venue. When we went outside, there was a dude in a hot dog stand who was cooking hot dogs for half the venue. So when people would be coming out, they'd be hungry as shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I fell for it. I bought that
Yes,
fucking.
you did.
I downed that glizzy. It was
Yeah.
good. It was in a
Bruh.
cream cheese,
gotta
caramelized
stop.
onions.
You
Oh
gotta
god.
stop.
I'm gonna make a character in 5e called the Glizzy Goblin, and you guys are gonna have to fight it.
Nope, I'll burn it. I'll kill it.
Oh man, no, it was.
I'll have
great.
Andrew to make me an overpowered character.
There you go.
Let's make a barb rogue. Barb rogue.
No, those are good times.
I
Man.
was thinking about making a trickery cleric that's also a little bit into rogue, because I feel like that works together.
Trickery clerics are weird.
Cleric rogue,
Yeah.
it might be kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh man.
I already have my cleric.
Anyways,
I
how
miss-
long is
Oh, it's been going like an hour 14, 15.
That's about normal.
I'm having flashbacks, man. Those are the
I
days.
miss shows.
Yeah.
You can go back.
Not now.
Yeah.
Why not?
'Cause they don't happen anymore.
No, nobody's
shows
throwing
don't
concerts.
happen now? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean,
The world is ended.
after that, after the world ends.
Yeah,
Well, it's
after
gonna
the
be a
world ends,
while.
probably.
Yeah, it'll be another year.
Well, I mean,
before
you're
shit
saying it
starts
like it was
getting-
like 10 years ago.
Kind of.
You could have gone to shows like a year ago.
Well,
before.
my first show was like when we were still in high school.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and also not unfortunately, it was the Nickelback Breaking Benjamin concert.
You know what? Let me say,
Were you there for that one?
I took you to that.
Oh, because Kyle. No,
I got the ticket.
You got the tickets.
It was a birthday present for me because we were like 16.
Right.
And I was like, Mom, I want to go to the show. She's like, okay, I'll get you like 5 tickets. I had a great time at that show.
That show was awesome.
Say what you want about Nickelback.
They know how to rock.
In like 2008,
Yeah.
they could do it.
They could do
Okay.
it. There was a whole sequence where the drummer was playing his shit upside down.
The pageantry
of a 2008 Nickelback conference.
insane. There was like
No.
pyrotechnics and shit and like moving drums. It was insane.
I'm with you with the Breaking Benjamin.
Breaking Benjamin was good.
They killed it. They played fucking "Blow Me Away" from Halo 2. I was
yeah.
hype.
That's like
Yeah, no,
the
I
song.
was super hype.
They had a really good set. And I think the show after, I can't remember.
Do you remember who played before Breaking Benjamin? Because I do.
Like an opener.
Oh. I'm trying to remember. It was a really shitty band, wasn't it?
No, we listened to them a lot. They are a shitty band now that I
Oh,
look
were they
back on it.
like new and they were like an opener?
Nope. It was Shinedown.
Oh, that's right.
That sounds. Shinedown sounds familiar.
Because I've seen them like 5 times.
They're dad rock.
Okay.
They're hardcore dad rock. We've all seen them like 5 times because they played everywhere.
They played every Mayhem. They played every Uproar.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a hardcore dad rock band I know that I could compare that to.
Oh man, fuck.
I mean, Nickelback is kind of a hardcore dad rock band.
Did you say Mudvayne?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking Puddle of Mud. Oh man, that was fucking hilarious when we were painting the grass though, and they tried to play, and everybody just called them pop.
Bro,
shit.
there was a woman next to me because I went with Jared and his cousin that year because that was the same year that we saw Seven Dust, right?
Oh,
after they released their album.
Puddle of Mud played before Seven Dust.
What, people in the crowd
There was some old lady. There was some old lady that was
like
next to me, right?
20 senior citizens.
But like it was like rockers come in like all shapes and sizes.
right.
So this lady was like in her 50s to 60s. She is feeling Puddle of Mud. I'm like, why? Next thing you know, wham! I'm like,
What's that prophecy?
the prophecy was.
Hey, come on.
I didn't know that. No, dude, I was by myself because, like, what was it? I don't know what happened to Jared's cousin, but Jared got a way to get all the way down
he
to
got
the
into
pit.
he got into the floor on Seven Dust.
Yeah.
I thought you went with him.
No, because they only had one spot, so I was up there by myself, and that's why I walked over to you guys when I walked over to you guys when Seven Dust was doing their set because, like, right as it ended, you saw Morgan get pissed off at Lejean because his voice was fucked up because this was like the last thing of their tour. I remember that super vividly. It was like
the concert was a long time.
Yeah, and yeah, but no, that fucking old lady, bro. She was just feeling.
We just corner your eye like, what the fuck?
She was feeling Puddle of Mud's only good radio song.
God, yeah.
Was it like a hot old lady or no?
No.
If
If it was a hot old lady, I wouldn't care.
This wouldn't be a story if it was a hot old lady.
No, this is like.
That would have been a story for him.
Yes. No, dude, I was just sitting there, Rob, listening to this, like, okay, really don't want to play this band. I don't know what's gonna come on next. Because I think the headliners for that one was
That one,
Godsmack.
I think I only went to that show because somebody got me a ticket.
Razor did.
Yeah, because it was like Godsmack and like Slipknot or something, and I didn't care about any of those bands because I'd seen Godsmack before.
No, it was like Godsmack and Disturbed.
Yeah, something. Or I was
Yeah.
like, I don't really give a shit about the set, but I like going to concerts.
Yeah.
so I'm gonna
Disturbed's whack.
Wow.
Yeah, but I was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden I look over, it's titties.
I've never been in a situation where I've seen people's like genitals, like where I didn't need to.
You are a lucky.
Except for one time in Caleb's apartment.
Huh?
So, it was in Caleb's apartment complex. We were in the elevator.
Oh
with
yeah,
Derek.
the women.
And there was this black guy, really like tall black guy, and he's got these 2 bitches with him in the elevator with us. And she's got like a mesh like thing on her torso, and you can straight up see those nips. And I'm like, and I was trying not to look.
The chocolate horses.
The hose.
I'd be okay with that compared to seeing my friends' penises.
No, and she was going outside, like in that, and I'm like, is that illegal?
I mean, probably, but then decent exposure, so yes.
Yeah.
No, he's right. You're very lucky.
Like
I'd rather not see.
Well, so I think it falls under the same potential that Kyle is also subject to, which is
Dude, no, because he's gonna get 30 of our friends'
too
dicks.
many penises is what's gonna happen. There's either like you see a little bit of it over time, and you kind of like, okay, well, I've got it out of the way, or it all happens at once, and like 30 years of your friend's dicks just comes out of nowhere and hits you in the face.
Our buddies that were in a band and buddies at Jason's really, for whatever reason, thought it was the funniest thing that.
They just whip your dick out.
Yep.
So like the only way I
Just
okay
doing
with
that,
doing
just
stuff like that is if I was
grandma's
like on a trip in Europe and there was like a hot spring and we were like, you know what, let's all jump in. Like
Yeah,
that's
no,
fine.
this is like middle of the day.
But
walking down the street.
Yeah.
There's my penis.
Just fucking.
Yep.
Wait,
yeah.
outside everywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't matter.
One time.
On the bus or wherever?
Yeah, just wherever. One time we were skipping school because we were good
like
students.
Jail time.
We were just like walking. We were really blatant about when we skipped school. It wasn't like I'm gonna sneak out. It was just I'm just gonna walk out the front door.
Walk right
That's
out.
what me and Kyle did on the last day.
Most of the time you're not going to be stopped.
And like we were leaving, and one of our buddies, it's Ben.
Of course it's Ben. It's always Ben.
He's like, "Hey guys, check this out." And he turns around, and there's a computer class, and he just goes, "Ha!" Like, what just happened?
What?
There was one time in my...
All the students?
Probably.
I don't know how many were actually looking outside, but like, he just whipped his dick out in front of the window and ran off.
Christ.
Flashing is like
I
real
remember
time, right?
that happened. Something like that happened in our class of mine, where this tall dude was like talking to a girl and just, hey, look, and his fucking nuts were out, and I just happened to be looking behind me when it happened. I was like, you know what? I didn't care to see that. But
I lie because I've seen someone's pubes before. I saw Francisco.
Doesn't count.
Francisco
he went.
We had a friend who would
Don't count.
we had a friend who would walk around and flash his pubes.
It was in like 8th grade.
It's super weird, but it doesn't count.
It was like middle school when you start to get pubes, and
was
he was
so
like showing them off. He's like, I got pubes.
Still
It's
doesn't
super
count.
weird, but it doesn't count.
Yeah.
You gotta see like shaft.
Wouldn't he go over and tickle like nuts?
Yeah, he goes.
Like, go over and do it.
Yeah, that was
That
a
sounds like
regular.
something that Kristen and Ben would.
Yeah,
just do,
no, that was just a regular. No, we like, no offense, but we had to see. We had points in time where we see who could out-gay each other the hardest.
I don't take
I
offense.
don't care.
I
Yeah.
just feel like I said anyway.
Out
But
fag each other.
Yeah, no, like it literally got to the point where one of our guys was like, he didn't care. You can get like a straight handful of his nuts, and he'd stand there and just be like this. It was Kristen.
Oh yeah, because Kristen.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, dude. Like,
Spread his ass in your face.
He just straight up committed assault against Ben when he cracked 2 of his ribs.
which time?
He drop kicked him.
Oh.
He fucking like, because we used to like hang out in the courtyard of our school after school. That's where we'd all meet up. And like one of our buddies is started talking. I'm like across the hallway because I'm just going home to my car or something. And I'm like walking out, and I hear, "Hey Ben!" And I look over and I see one of our friends is just fucking full running,
Horizontal.
throw his backpack, run, jump up, full commitment drop kick. The guy turns around and right as he jumped, he's like, "What?"
Oh.
And
Fuck,
like,
man.
and they laughed it off because it was funny as shit. He comes back next to like, 2 of my ribs are cracked.
Yeah, no, we yeah, we yeah.
We used to.
You guys are crazier.
There was one time when we took.
I told you the bleach story.
Yeah. One of our friend had 2 of these like metal ball bearings, like real fucking ball bearings. We all stood in a circle and we would fucking throw them up, and we would have to it was like a game of chicken. We would have to like stay there and see like wait until like the last second to like run away.
Oh,
Yeah, but that was like a good week of just doing that.
We would just do that in lunch.
of other shit.
Yeah.
The worst we ever did was like right on the walls of school.
There was one time in middle school where I used to write like dumb shit on the walls when I was taking a shit. One of them was like a certain date, and I was like, "Be prepared." And like I think I remember on that date, we all had to shuffle into the lunchroom, and it was like, somebody had a bomb threat on the walls of the bathroom, and I was like, God, I'm never doing that again.
I think that was you who did.
That might have been me.
You just wrote a random date, didn't you? Just for funny.
Yeah,
like
indirect fucking bomb threat.
You said, "Be prepared."
Do you remember when the dildo was floating around the school for a while, for like 2 days? Oh
no.
I don't know where it came from. I don't know.
I think I do.
Materialized.
Yeah, it was just there. It was a dildo. It was like this big. It was one of the suction cup ones. And so like every once,
big willy.
yeah, somebody just brought it and was like
Black?
throwing it on windows and stuff. And like I don't. Nobody knew where it came from. And every once in a while, you'd be like walking down the hallway and you could look outside.
Oh, there it is.
And you'd see a dildo go.
Oh yeah.
And it ended up on the Sky Bridge window on the outside.
Oh, for real?
I couldn't get it down for like 3 days.
Oh man, what the fuck? We were a problem.
I don't even know if it was anyone in our group.
It probably wasn't, but still.
I think I think it was part of the senior prank because remember the school sanctioned senior pranks were always really shitty, but all the seniors would just do dumb shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, at Moe's, I remember one of the senior pranks was them just putting like
There's the pennies one.
the pennies. I saw the statues that people were putting around the fucking school.
I don't know which one that is.
They just put statues outside of like windows. On like the little bridge areas out like right outside the windows, because I remember looking out of Swint's class, there was a fucking owl just staring at me the whole goddamn time for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Our senior pranks were kind of dumb.
There was one that happened before like people got to school that they had to really clean up. There was they would put like fucking fishing line at the bottom so people would like be running to class or running out to get lunch, and they'd fucking trip and fall. And that was dangerous. And there was also they would also put like peanut butter on like handles
On the inside of handles?
So that kids with like peanut allergies would fucking die.
Oh well, you know.
And the one, I think the one on
There
our
was a
year,
bunch of dumb stuff.
on our year, we didn't do anything, but I think a lot of seniors just put bread everywhere, so seagulls would eat it and then shit all over the school.
I think they tried that. I think the class before mine tried that and it didn't work. I know my class didn't do shit because there was like 100 of us and we just didn't give a fuck.
Right.
I remember there was one of my teachers was telling me a story about how like a couple of years ago, they all like disassembled a car and like piece by piece put it inside the fucking like room and then reassembled the car inside the fucking room.
Genius.
And
that's a good one.
That's funny.
I don't know if anyone's done this, but I've read it before, like the idea of having releasing 3 pigs into the school.
That's a thing that everybody does.
And then labeling them with paint on the side of their bodies
1, 2, and 4.
So they think
so
there's
they're
another
constantly
one.
looking for 3. I saw one where someone like took a cow and let it up like the steps of this in like the gym or whatever.
Pigs can't get back down.
Yeah, cows can't like go backwards, so they had to like get a crane somehow in there to fucking lift it, like airlift the fucking cow out.
Or just like shoot it.
You don't want to kill a good cow.
You've already bought the cow.
Yeah.
Or assuming, or you.
We were too busy committing petty crimes apparently to just do senior pranks.
Yeah.
Well, it's either that or being high all the time.
Yeah, well, there's usually one and the same.
Yeah.
Usually one led to breaking and entering or something like that.
Yeah.
Or the crime was getting high, I guess.
Yeah.
We didn't do a whole lot of like dumb shit, really.
Even now, I'm such like a.
The worst thing was
I wouldn't do a senior prank even now. Like I'm just not.
I never
too
did
much of a
prank
fucking
either. See, the senior prank to me was for all the fucking popular kids.
Yeah,
Right.
it was.
for like the Key Club and shit.
Yeah.
Or the kids who could.
fun.
Or the
It's
kids who had
The
access
people,
to good shit.
the people who actually liked the school.
Yeah.
So instead of like some teachers, they liked all of it, and I'm like, why? Even the one, what was the dude that went up like this to everybody? What was his fucking name?
I never had it.
Captain Morgan?
He went up to people's
I know who you're
faces
talking
like
about.
this.
You know, like he'd go up and like you'd be on your desk and he'd be like, "Let me tell you about what you're doing on your paperwork." And your desk is like here and your face is
Your
here.
face is like in his crotch.
Is
dude.
it like was he doing it like in a funny way or was he
No,
like
it was
serious
just,
about it?
no,
Oh,
that's just
okay.
how we did it.
Okay.
And so people were like, "I don't like that teacher."
We had a teacher
He was like the
where
honor science teacher, so I never
Get
Get a
liked
good
science.
whiff.
we had a teacher where every time we would answer a question right, he'd take some candy and fucking like,
Oh, yeah,
like
we
Mach
talked
3
about this.
throw that shit and hit us in the
I like
fucking
that.
forehead.
Yeah.
You go like and scream.
Yeah, he would fucking
Swin gave out
scream.
money a couple of times.
Yeah,
just
Swin
for
did give out
answers,
money for answering questions. There was a teacher that suspiciously looked like Bill Clinton.
Do we need to
Dude, he was
censor these
awesome
names?
though.
Huh?
Do we need to censor?
No, because his name
No.
wasn't Bill Clinton.
Yeah,
Oh, the other people you've mentioned before.
No, it's
No,
just,
they're
it's
all
just the
nicknames.
last. Yeah. But yeah, no, like
That guy was so cool.
yeah. He
He was
was
the
a part-time teacher, a part-time lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So like he'd come for like the first 3 periods of the day to teach people about law and tell some like ridiculous ass stories and how like one of the stories was a man jumped out of a building to commit suicide. By the time it hit like the 3rd floor down, he got hit in the face with a shotgun. Does that
I
count
remember
as,
hearing
does
about
that
that.
count as murder?
Wait,
Cause
a
the
shotgun or the shotgun like blast?
the shotgun blast because
The shotgun blast.
Shotgun.
No, the shotgun flew out
Because
the
there was
window,
a
hit the
husband
dude
who
in the
would
head.
like threaten his wife with a shotgun, like one of these days I'm gonna use it on you, and it went off dead discharge, hit the fucking dude as he was going down.
Does that count as murder?
Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, no, that was one of the questions.
That's a fucking crazy answer.
I think it does.
I don't know if he wasn't intending to use it on that person. I don't know like an like vehicular manslaughter. Like you don't intend to hit someone, but it just happens.
You still get hit with crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be some crime.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that was like one of the things.
Yeah.
He also
He
also gave out like really good real estate advice.
Yeah, because he owned a shit ton of property in Tacoma.
Like he had no reason.
He was
to
a
be
landlord? Ew!
Dude making bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was cool.
Like, and then some days it was just like he couldn't come to work. It was mostly Fridays because he had to go into court. So we would just watch a movie.
Planet Earth.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, no, it was
Springer's class, that was a shit
I
show.
almost failed it.
I fucking love that class.
I almost failed it because me and Joe kept playing games.
Or the best class in high school, Quintana's class.
My experience in Quintana was not as fun as yours was.
That's unfortunate.
And that's because the people I didn't
Did you
really
not have the unholy amount of freedom that we did?
No, it's not that we didn't. It's just that the people I was with, I didn't know. So when we're making a project, I have to come up with an idea with 3 different people who all have different ideas, when he ended up making some shoddy ass TMZ fucking bullshit, and it sucked ass. And the only good thing about the entire thing that we did was the credits, where it was just one of the dudes that I actually kind of like was acquaintance with, just dancing around the school with other people.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Was it like a video something?
Yeah,
Class?
It was a video class that they had just started when I was a senior, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was in my senior
Is the
year.
thing you're talking about when you did guys did like jousting? Yeah.
We had a lot of freedom.
Yeah, I heard about that.
What, do you remember the names?
For what, our movies?
Yep.
Dr. Blueberry and the Sunshine Guild. What was the second one? Tank. And The Gauntlet, which got a very limited release because I lost the DVD.
There was one where like I was in one of them.
You were in
I think.
Tank.
I was in Tank.
Yeah.
Where I was the only black guy, and I had to pick up
Elena.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that movie was about.
I didn't know. You just had me be there.
I very distinctly remember our time travel sound effect was just Alex Orozco yelling Chichilla.
Yeah, that sounds
very
about
aggressively.
Right. That sounds about right.
That was it.
Yeah.
It was like Chichilla, and then it would just cut to.
The funny thing is I'm pretty sure Ben was in that class or something, and Cheesin is still on YouTube.
Ben, yeah, he had a different. He wasn't in my class though.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Cheesin is still on YouTube.
I mean, it was a video that they.
I'm gonna have to show you guys that just to see what
it's something
our dumbass friends look like. It was a bunch of rockers doing a rap song.
It was about that good.
We had there was one time in my history class where we had to like make like a campaign video for a fake like a politician or something, and the approach that my group ended up doing was I was like one of those like surly looking dudes going to like Africa going like, hey, 10 cents a day, you can really help. It was we had to cut a lot of it because a lot of it was admittedly a little racy because I mean the two black kids we had in the group, they were like, yeah, it's fucking funny, let's do it, but the teacher would not allow allow it.
Did Quintana use our projects as stuff to show you guys?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, you were actually in the TMZ bullshit. Because you remember I was going to say, hey, do you and Kyle want to come down for an interview? And you guys drove, and I caught film of you coming in, and we played it to, what the fuck? What song was that? Kickstart Your Heart.
What?
Yeah, you guys came in, and then we had to cut the scene, and you and Kyle were like laying like this on top of your Mustang's hood, and we were asking you questions.
Why would you cut that?
No, it was like we saw the picture of you guys driving in,
yeah,
and we cut to you guys just automatically on top of the hood.
I don't remember that at all.
I remember that specifically.
It sounds like something that we would have done.
Yeah, it was a terrible.
I'm kind of bummed that I
film.
don't remember that.
Yeah, I wish I could find it. Because I remember they showed, because some of the best ones were able to be premiered at like the little theater that we had at the school, and one of them was fucking. Do you remember Travis Purple, the dude who came to school dressed up as a fucking Eminem half the time?
Yeah, and he'd go fuck with the landscaping guy by running around his lawnmower.
Yeah, so they filmed that.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that got presented. I was like, what?
I mean, I feel like if.
It was like playing to a MGMT fucking song.
Well, no, so like I feel like if the administration at our high school had cut out the antics of the stoners at our high school, there would not be much left to show. Correct. Because that was most of the school.
Yeah.
Or at least most of the kids in the film classes.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Chance and I started a club that lasted like 2 weeks and then it was disbanded.
I mean, we tried starting. Joe tried starting a club. Him and Eli, they tried starting a parkour club.
Oh my god!
Because Joe got really into fucking Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember them trying to start a club.
Oh yeah, no, they were really down for it. They were trying to find a teacher and everything.
That's super weird.
Because we got in trouble a bunch because we were over by the
by the gym doing that shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they were don't climb on the school. Be like, fine, we'll come back at midnight and do it.
Yeah.
Well, in college, I got back into D&D.
Mm-hmm.
I got 5e books and stuff, but it was like the last half year or something at college, and I was gonna make a D&D club or whatever, a RPG club, but I was like gonna leave in like a few months anyways.
Right.
I felt bad that I couldn't have done it sooner. Oh well.
Ugh.
There's a lot of people that came to Clover Park. that just didn't actually go to school there. They just came in and played Smash.
Yep.
They brought a TV and like a Wii U, and we're just plugging it all into the common area.
Yeah, the common area. Yeah.
That's where I work. That building.
Oh, you work in the common area?
Yeah. After classes, I went to do the student government stuff.
Okay.
For my job.
And what's the Frank stick?
No.
The squid?
No.
Oh. It has that same like pastel.
Bro, that's from Kraken.
Oh. Okay, I didn't even see that.
Bro, pastel color palettes are fucking fire. Don't even.
Can you say that again in English?
How about a pretzel?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Well, thank you for joining us on this long cavalcade of our shitty lives.
Hey.
And not knowing who any of these people we're talking about are.
That's fine.
That's for the best.
Yeah, actually.
For all of the one viewer in not America that listened to our shit,
Please don't report our crimes.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, don't do that.
I love you.
Later.